Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Show's World. Welcome to Show's World, gamers. Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's biggest news stories, this week's gaming announcements, and some of this week's new video game releases. But if this is your first time on the channel, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, let's kick off this week in review with a few news stories. Now Tuesday was Pokemon Day, and we got our annual Pokemon Presents Nintendo Direct of Sorts showcase, covering all things Pokemon. The showcase, well, it was a little light this year, mostly consisting of updates on existing mobile games, some of which do have Switch versions like Pokemon Unite and Pokemon Cafe Remix. The big new thing was Pokemon Trading Card Pocket, a digital version of the trading card game where you can open packs, collect and trade cards, and then battle them all from your mobile device, and this actually looked pretty cool. The showcase closed with a huge new game announcement. Unfortunately, it was just kind of mostly a title card and some wireframe teases of the location and some Pokemon from the next Legends game, as they announced Pokemon Legends ZNA with a 2025 release date, with no gameplay shown. I do believe this lends more validity to the rumors the next-gen Nintendo console being pushed to 2025, and that is why we did not actually see any of the gameplay from the game, and it does have that 2025 release date, because while they have said that this will be a Switch game, I do expect it will be a cross-gen game. Now, many Nintendo fans were pretty angered when an online posting by GameStop listed the upcoming Luigi Mansion 2 remake with a list price of $59.99. Many gamers expected the game to be $50 or maybe even $40, like the very impressive remake of Metroid Prime, which was originally a GameCube game. Now, Luigi's Mansion 2 Remake is a remake of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which originally released on the Nintendo 3DS in 2013 and retailed for $40. And the game can actually be found online, still brand new for less than $30. Now, no official word of a price or if there will be additional content yet from Nintendo, so this is not official. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is $60 too much for this remake? Alright gamers, next up let's take a look at some gaming announcements. Now Bow, Path of the Real Lotus, received a release date trailer this week, announcing a July 18th release on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 5, the PC, as well as on Xbox Series systems. Now the game is an action-adventure, colorful hand-drawn, 2.5D action platformer inspired by Japanese folklore. The animation style on this game looks stunning, and the gameplay looks fast and fun. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this game. This kind of came out of nowhere, and it looks really good. Definitely keep your eye on this game. I think it may be a good one. Also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Wrath of the Mutants received an announcement trailer this week. Now, this game was originally released in arcades all the way back in 2017, and it's based on the 2012 Nickelodeon series. Now, truth be told, I'm not the biggest fan of the character designs from that series, especially the villains. Some of them look kind of lame, but the game itself, the graphics are really clean and look really good. I have actually played a little bit of this. Me and my son actually found this in a pizza place when we were on vacation a few years ago, and we had some fun playing a few games of it. The game is releasing on April 23rd for the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. Now, one thing with these arcade ports, I'm not sure how much content's going to be here. I haven't heard if they're adding anything into it. Definitely, I'm going to look more into this game, but what I played of it so far was pretty fun. So this is another game I'm going to keep my eye on. Stay tuned to the channel. We're definitely going to be looking into this game, so we'll give you more info as we get more info on this title. Alright gamers, let's finish up with this week's new video game releases. And finally, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It is the big game releasing this week, and the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it is scoring extremely high by reviewers, and well, it's just packed with far more content than Part 1 was. This is the game we were hoping for when a remake of one of the greatest RPGs of all time was announced to be getting a remake. I highly recommend the game for fans of the original PS1 game or just RPG fans in general. And even if you don't fall into these categories, there is a demo, so I definitely suggest giving it a shot. The game is available now exclusively on the PlayStation 5, and this game is definitely going to be up for Game of the Year at the end of this year. It is fantastic. Also, Star Wars Dark Forces Remastered also released this week, brought to us from the team at Night Dive Studios. The original game released all the way back in 1995, and it played like a Star Wars game with first-person Doom-style mechanics. The game is out now on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. Now, Euphoria 2, The Saga, released this week. The game is a sequel to an action-adventure platform game from 1991, and it is coming to the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems. The original game is kind of a bit of a hidden gem, and this sequel has definitely captured the original game style and given it that fluffy felt work, arts and crafts recreation that has worked so well in games like Yoshi's Crafted World, and looks like this style will fit this action-adventure platformer world and characters perfectly. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on March 1st. The week started with word that the reason Hi-Fi Rush was absent from the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase was because it is actually coming to the next-gen Nintendo console and not the current Nintendo Switch. Then Pokemon Day once again gave us kind of a pretty underwhelming Pokemon Present showcase, although I am excited for Pokemon Legends ZNA, but it looks like we may not be getting a new Pokemon game in 2024, which is pretty shocking. And the week ended with us jumping back into the world of Final Fantasy VII as the second part of the remake, Final Fantasy Rebirth, has released and is loaded with more content than we could have imagined, garnering one of the highest Metacritic scores in the series. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers. Joge World, out.